everybody. Good morning. Nice to see you all. It's wonderful to have you here. Thank you for being here. And I think I'd like to have you begin on your backs. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take a moment or two just to come onto your back. Now, if you like, when you lay down, I'm going to bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart, knees together, feet apart. Legs parallel, feet on the floor. Whatever feels good for your body. Right? So again, you can bring the feet together and let your knees drop out to the side. So Supta Baddha Konasana. Do the opposite of that, knees together, feet apart. Or legs parallel, feet on the floor. And just bring one hand to the belly, one hand to the heart. Just give yourself a few moments to tune in. Notice how you feel in your physical body this morning. Any places that are tight or tense, places that are carrying some extra stress or worry. And then, of course, acknowledge places that are feeling really good and open, expansive. We'll begin to shape the breath into Dirga breath or three-part breath. So begin with just a third of your breath capacity, breathing to the base of the lungs. So if you have a hand on your belly, it's just the hand on the belly that rises and falls. You kind of sense the energy, the Shakti of prana moving down into the pelvic floor and into the legs. This is, of course, the grounding elements in the body, earth and water. So give ourselves just an opportunity to arrive, not just here in the, in the space, but here in your body. Begin to fill the lungs now, the second third. So you'll fill the bottom and then the middle. And on your exhale, just exhale smoothly out. So now if your hand's on the body, of course, you'll feel the hand on the belly will rise, the space between the hands will fill. And then exhale everything out. Even though there's a, concentration on your breathing, notice what's present in your mind. Thoughts, of feelings, a mood maybe. Begin to establish the part of yourself, really establish your attention in the part of you that is always watching. Begin now to fill that top third. So we'll go bottom, middle, and top of the lungs. Now the hand by the heart rises. And on your exhale, a long, smooth breath out. So you have a couple options actually with your exhale. You can either exhale just completely straight out, or if you want, you can shape your breath a little bit more, releasing the top, the middle, and the bottom of the lungs. So essentially, most of your breath will be held in the base of the lungs the longest if you do it that way. I don't think there's necessarily anything like magical about moving the breath out of the top, the middle, and the bottom on your exhale, but refines awareness a little bit, attention and focus. So there's a part of you that is always watching, the observer. Patanjali calls this part of you the seer. And you're observing, so many things, mostly your own self, your thoughts, words, actions. Just take 3 more breaths like this. Even observing when it comes to something like this, your ability to stay with it, or if your mind wanders. And it's easy, I think, when we are watching to start to judge, especially when we watch our own selves. Oh, I should be here. My mind should be here. Why aren't you there? What's going on? You shouldn't be doing X, Y, and Z. At the bottom of your next exhale, just let everything release. And as you breathe in next, reach both arms up and over your head. Exhale and pause, just relax the arms, relax the shoulders. Take one more inhale here, then exhale your hands to your third eye. So let go, just let go of judgment as best you can and observe to just observe. Whatever you see is welcome to be seen. Whatever you hear, is welcome to be there. We tune the mind to this part of you that's, again, always watching. Take a deep breath in, fill your lungs all the way full. And then exhale gently the hands to the heart center. Now a moment to dedicate the practice. So to anyone in your world who is struggling or suffering, anyone your heart goes out to, just a moment to bring them into your heart space, to remember that you are connected to all things and to source itself through the space of the heart. And to share the light and love of your heart as easily as you can. Not just to those you love, but to all beings. And take a deep breath in. Exhale everything out, release the hands, and you'll guide your knees together as you breathe in and exhale the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a sweet hug, maybe rotate your knees in a circle one way, go a few times, and then the other way. Bring the knees into the chest, give yourself a sweet hug. And extend the right leg to the sky. You're gonna place your left foot onto the floor and interlace your hands behind your right hamstring, and then rotate your right foot around in a circle. Just a few times one way. Snap, crackle, pop. Go the other way. It's okay, I'm right there with you. Then kick through your heels, spread your toes. Inhale, lengthen the back of the leg. On your exhale, point your toes to the sky. Do it again. Inhale, extend or flex. And now point your toes. Stretch the front of the shin. Do it one more time. Inhale, flex the foot. Exhale and point. Now flex the foot on your inhale and exhale. Stay here. If you like, slide your hands up towards your ankle. And the other option is to lift the head and the shoulders from the floor. You could also keep your head and shoulders rooted to the earth, and you can extend your left leg as well. So just options, right? If your head and shoulders are lifted, hug the elbows into your knee. Pull the belly button to the back body as you lift the head and shoulders. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then slowly lower the leg, lower the head, shoulders to the floor, and pause. Kind of wiggle your right leg out a little bit. Just breathe in and out. And then do the other side. So left leg extends to the ceiling. Interlace your hands around the back of the leg and then rotate your foot. So of course there's so much stuff that the body holds on to and stores. And it's not necessarily because it holds on like it wants to, but this is the storage place. Rotate your foot the other way if you haven't yet. And then we'll point and flex. Start with flex. Kick your heel up towards the sky as you exhale, point your toes. And do it again. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, point. Now flex the foot on your inhale and exhale, pause. You're welcome again to slide your hands up towards your ankle. Maybe extend the right leg and you can lift your shoulders and head from the floor. Pull the navel in, especially if the head is lifted, so we don't stress the neck. Like ground through the navel. Again, the right thigh as the leg reaches forward, draws down for the ground. Good, hug the elbows in. Take another inhale, another exhale. And then slowly lower the left leg all the way to the floor. Lower the upper body down and just relax. Like a super mini Shavasana. Breath in and out. And then bring the knees to the chest. Roll over as a little pillow for your head. The opposite hand to the heart. Just breathe in and out. Take one more inhale and then press the floor away and come up to seated position. Cross your ankles. Place the hands to the tops of the knees and lift up through the crown of your head. And relax the shoulders back and down. And just kind of paint your awareness up and down the length of your spine for a moment. Let's take an inhale and reach through the crown of your head. As you exhale, drop your chin to your chest. You can move your head from side to side here. Just gently stretching the back of the neck, and the upper back a little bit. Breathe, right? Keep your hands, your shoulders relaxed. Move an ear to a shoulder and stretch the side of the neck here. So the body stores, all sorts of things, mostly our mental projections. There's a really beautiful teaching about, the mind. Take another inhale and exhale, drop the head back. It says for every thought, there is a corresponding pranic ray, meaning that there's a trail, right, from your thoughts. There's energy that your thoughts have. And the first place that the thoughts or the trail of the thought is received is in the body. Take your head to the opposite shoulder now. And move the head forward and back. Everything in the world is merely a reflection of our own internal world, right? And so the thoughts that we have can not only be stored in the body, but, reaffirmed externally. Take another inhale. Now exhale, rotate your head around in a full circle. So the teachings of yoga and really the goal of our practice is to have a mind that is illuminative and clear. Rotate your head the other way, that is, really aligned with the observer, non-judgmental, open, accepting, willing to easily let go. Rotate one more time, inhale and exhale, and then bring your head up to center. Give a couple of rotations with your shoulders, and then bring your hands together at the center of the heart and rub the hands briskly back and forth. Breathe in and out. Let your hands just rest at your heart center. Take a moment to remember the dedication as well as the intention, and we'll open our practice with 3 rounds of Om. But first, take another breath in to fill up. Exhale it all out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, bow the chin to the chest. Release the hands, allow the eyes to open. And as you inhale, extend the arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Now take the left arm to the sky as you breathe in. Place your right hand to the floor by your hip. Then exhale and slide the right hand out. Reach the left arm overhead. Relax the right elbow and your right shoulder. Breathe in. Move your head back a little bit. So the neck and the head, just an extension of the spine. On your exhale, you might kind of turn your heart open towards the sky. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Now open up. So you'll turn towards the sky, sweep the arm around behind the back, all the way forward to the front of the right knee. Then inhale up to center, slide the right hand behind you and exhale, twist. Look over your back shoulder. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. Take one more inhale as you reach up through the crown, and one more exhale. Turn the gaze as you twist. Then inhale, come back to center, both arms to the sky. And exhale, the hands to your heart. Good. Right arm rises. Inhale, left hand to the floor. Slide it out from the hip as you exhale, stretch over. So not only are we here just to observe, what is the body holding on to, but also, how does that benefit me, or is it time to let that go? There's a discerning quality that happens too, especially as the mind moves more and more into a clear and illuminative state. And you'll open up on your inhale, sweep the arm behind you, all the way around to the front of the left knee. And then inhale to seated, left hand comes behind. Exhale, twist. Look over the back shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. One more exhale. Good. Inhale, both arms to the sky, reach up. Exhale, last one to the heart. And then bring the hands behind you on the floor and turn your fingers forward. Unwind your legs and set your feet to the earth. Roll the shoulders onto the back and straighten the arms as you lift into the front of the chest. We're just opening the front of the heart, so you can kind of scoop your sitting bones like toward the floor. There'll be a little curve in your lower back here. Take an inhale, you can stay, or if you like, lift your hips from the earth. And breathe in and out. So we use our practice really as a way to open not only the physical body, but of course the energetic body, to become more and more attuned and aware of the one that is watching. Take one more inhale, lift the hips, then exhale, lower them to the floor. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees apart. Take an inhale, lift the heart. And as you exhale, fold forward over the legs. Now, the more time we spend, communing, if you will, or aligned with our higher self, the more it starts to infiltrate the rest of our lives in like the most beautiful way. Infiltrate's not the most positive word, but you know what I mean. Doesn't have a positive connotation, at least.
But that's what's happening, right? Is the higher self is moving into the lower parts of the mind so that you have more and more awareness when it becomes, when it comes to your reactions or your memories or your self-centeredness, to put it, the best way I can right now. And I'll come up to seated and then sweep the feet over to one side and come onto the hands and knees. These are the 4 parts of the mind. We have a mind, part of the mind that is primarily focused on your survival. That's your reactions, right? The mind that if the smoke alarm went off, we'd probably all just stare at each other like, is it for real? But if it was for real, we would leave, right? Isn't that what everybody does? They're like, is that real? Are we really doing that? It's going on. Anyway. Rotate your hips from side to side. So just shift them from side to side. Basically, it's what would keep you safe if you were in the face of an emergency. This is your manas. You have a part of your mind that is very much focused on you, your egocentric part of the mind. Rotate your hips around in a full circle one way. Right? The part of you that says, well, what's the best way for me to move through this situation? What's going to benefit me the most? What's going to be the easiest? What will be the most, the best scenario for me? We're going to take your hips the opposite way. And then there's a part of the mind that has to do with memory. Like I do stuff just because I've always done it. And we don't always think about those things. At some point in time, it was established, yep, that's what I do, and therefore that's what I do. And I don't maybe necessarily have a lot of consciousness around that. Presence around it. Come to center, take an inhale and exhale. Now extend the right leg back behind you, lift your foot from the floor and rotate it around in a circle. Again, a couple times one way and then the other. Then inhale, lift the leg and lift the gaze. As you exhale, pull the knee to the chest, round the spine and push the floor away. Then extend the leg, inhale, lift open the heart, broaden the collarbones. Exhale and pull the knee in. Do it one more time, inhale. Good, exhale and pull the knee in. Now extend the leg behind you on your inhale breath and hold. Point your right toes to the floor. Now lift the left hand from the floor and rotate your left wrist. One way a few times and then the other. Now reach forward with your left hand, back with your right foot. On your exhale, bend your right knee and reach back to capture your foot with your hand. Keep steady. If you can't grab the foot, it's okay. Just bend the knee and reach back. Now start to expand away. So push into the floor and lift into your heart. Lift your foot with your hand and your hand with your foot. Take another inhale. One more exhale. Release gently. Extend the right leg back, left arm forward. And exhale, place everything to the earth. Switch sides. Extend the left leg back. Rotate your left foot around in a circle one way, and then the other. Then lift the foot, inhale, lift the heart, and on your exhale, pull the knee to the chest, round the spine. Good, inhale, extend. Exhale and pull in. One more time, inhale, reach the leg back and lift the heart forward and up. On your exhale, pull the knee in. Good. Now extend the leg on your inhale and pause. Lift your right hand from the floor and rotate your right wrist. One way and then the other. Now reach forward and back. Bend your left knee. Reach back to capture your foot with your hand. Breathe steady. So our asana practice serves in that not only we get to be in touch or in contact or awareness with places we might not really worry about or think about very much, but also becoming more and more attuned and aware of what's happening in the mind. Take another inhale, push down, lift up into the heart. One more exhale, and then gently release. Extend forward and back. Exhale, set your hand and knee to the floor. Now drop the belly, lift the gaze on your inhale. Exhale and round the back. Come to neutral spine as you breathe in. Exhale, walk the hands back to the knees and lift both arms to the sky. And then exhale the hands to your heart center. Good, hands to hips, step one foot forward and then the other. Let's come to stand at the top of the mat. Okay, and once onto your feet, just shift your weight a little bit forward and back, maybe slightly side to side. There are all sorts of ways that our mental projections show up in the body. Just stand nice and tall now, so lift and spread the toes. Root down through the soles of the feet and let your arms relax. Maybe even give them a little wiggle. Good, and stand nice and tall. Take an inhale, lift both arms to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Soften the knees, relax the eyes. Inhale again, lift both arms up. Exhale the hands to the heart center. Awesome, one more time, inhale both arms to the ceiling. Grab the left wrist in your right hand now and stretch to the side. Exhale. Inhale, stay here. One more exhale to reach and extend through the hand, through the feet. Inhale up to center, switch the hands, and exhale to the opposite side. Again, the head back, the throat open, breathe in and out. Good, inhale, come up to center, exhale, release the hands. We'll bring them to the heart. Take an inhale and exhale. Step your right foot to the back of the mat. So we're going to come into warrior one. So hips and shoulders square towards the front of the room. Right foot roots to the floor. Left knee bends. Inhale, straighten your left leg and lift the arms to the sky. As you bend your knee into warrior one, bring your hands back to the heart center. So that's what the arms will do. Inhale, straighten the leg, lift up. Exhale and bend in. Remember, as we move in and out of it, you can adjust. You can lengthen your stance or widen the stance. Exhale. Okay, let's go one more time. Inhale to warrior one. And exhale the hands to your heart center. Now stay here. Keep your hands interlaced. Extend them forward. Round the upper back. On your exhale, open the arms nice and wide. Lift the heart to the ceiling. Draw the shoulders on the back. Inhale the arms to the ceiling. Exhale the hands to your heart. Palms together, arms forward. Inhale, round the upper back. Pull the navel in. Exhale, open. Do that one more time. Inhale, the arms reach to the sky. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale, the arms forward. So you breathe into the upper back, middle back, lower back. Exhale, open up. Now straighten your left leg. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. And as you fold forward, you can take the hands to the earth or bring them around behind the back and grab the right wrist with your left hand. And breathe in and out. So not only do we, in order to create I didn't mention, the fourth state of the mind is the intellect or the buddhi. This is the part that is discerning. This is the part that opens to Purusha, to Brahman, to the one. And it's through this higher part of the mind that the wisdom of the one starts to infiltrate. You take one more breath in and one more breath out. Let your head relax and your shoulders relax. Release the hands to the earth. Step up to the top of the mat. Inhale and exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to stand, reach up and open. And exhale the hands to the heart. Good, other side. Step your left foot back, please. Ground the sole of the left foot to the floor. Bend the right knee, hips and shoulders square forward. Hands to the heart. Take an inhale, exhale. And then we'll move in and out of it. Straighten the leg, lift the arms to the sky. Bend your knee, your hands to your heart. Push back into the left heel. Again, inhale. Good, awesome. Exhale, bend in. Relax the eyes and soften the jaw. Remember, you can adjust as we move in and out of this. Lengthening, widening, shortening, all those things. One more time. Inhale, come up. Exhale the hands to the heart, bend the knee. Now stay here, just the arms extend forward as you breathe into the upper back. Exhale and open nice and wide. Inhale the arms to the ceiling. Fill the lungs completely. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, the arms reach forward, kind of piercing into the future, and then exhale opens out. You'll open up to what is. One more time, inhale. Arms reach tall, exhale, hands to heart. Right knee stays bent, right inhale, extend the arms forward. Breathe into the upper back, exhale, open nice and wide. Now straighten the right leg and reach the arms to the ceiling. Fold forward, hands to the earth, or wrap the arms around behind the back. Now the left wrist with the right hand. And breathe in and out. So we go through the whole body, right? From the toes all the way through to the crown of the head. Hitting all those little bits. All those little places that your body can store the projections from the mind. The times you were in doubt, the times you were upset and felt alone, or all the beautiful times too are there. Release the hands, step up to the top of the mat. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Last one, half lift, inhale. Reach through the crown as you exhale, fold forward, and then just hang out here in your forward fold for a moment or two. Maybe nod your head a little yes, or shake your head no. Relax the shoulders. So if you've ever had, and I would imagine most of you have had an experience in your practice that was emotional, or created at some point in time an emotional response, this is why, right? It's not just because there's beautiful words being said, maybe, but it's really ultimately what's stored in the body that then gets released, moved through, revisited. Take one more inhale, one more exhale. Place the hands to the top of the mat and step your feet back. Come into downward dog. You might pedal out your legs just a little bit. Glance towards the hands, spread the fingers like rays from the sun and push down through your finger pads. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, come forward into plank pose. Exhale and lower to the floor. Drop knees and then chest to the earth if you like. Hands by the low ribs. Now inhale, lift the heart, come into cobra. Exhale and lower down to the floor. Hand, hug the elbows in, roll the shoulders back, exhale and lower to the earth. One more time, inhale to cobra pose. And exhale, lower to the floor. Inhale into plank or go back into child's pose. Exhale the hips to the sky, downward dog. Good, breathe in and out. Soften the knees. Notice and feel the body as a conduit of energy. And sense release points through the palms of the hands, the soles of the feet, the sitting bones, the crown of the head. Take an inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale everything out, bend your knees and jump step or walk up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to stand. Reach up and open. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Sun B, bend the knees, lift the arms. Inhale into chair pose. Exhale, fold forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen through the crown. Plant your hands, jump step or walk your feet back. Lower all the way or stop halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale to upward dog or cobra, broaden the collarbones, reach through the crown. Exhale the hips to the sky, downward dog. And breathe in and breathe out. Again, soften the knees. Lengthen from the sitting bones down through the crown of the head. Take an inhale and exhale. On your next breath in, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale the foot through to the top of the mat. Come up, warrior one. So spin your back foot flat, lift the arms, face forward. Exhale the hands to the heart. Keep the hands interlaced, reach the arms forward, inhale. Exhale, open nice and wide. Straighten the leg, lift the arms to the ceiling. Fold forward, exhale. Step back, downward facing dog pose, inhale. Exhale and pause. Left leg rises, inhale, reach up. Exhale the foot through to the top of the mat. Spin your right foot flat, come up, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Keep moving, right? Inhale the arms forward, breathe into the upper back. Exhale, open. Straighten the left leg, lift the arms to the ceiling. Forward fold. Step back, downward dog, inhale. Exhale and pause. Inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale everything out, bend your knees, jump, step, or walk up. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Bend the knees, lift the arms, Utkatasana. Exhale and stay. Good, inhale to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, both arms up. Bend the knees, sit your hips down, chair pose, exhale. Stay here, inhale, lift the heart. Fold forward, exhale. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, jump, step, or walk your feet back. Lower all the way or stop halfway. Elbows in by the sides. Inhale, broaden the collarbones, roll the shoulders back. Good, downward facing dog, hips to ceiling. And breathe in and out. Relax the eyes, follow the rhythm of your breath. Take another inhale and one more exhale. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Exhale it all the way through to the top of the mat. Inhale, come up, warrior one. Take your time, hands to heart center, exhale. Inhale, extend the arms forward, round the upper back. Exhale, open wide. Straighten the right leg, reach the arms to the ceiling. Beyond the boundaries of skin, fold forward, exhale. Step back, downward dog, inhale. Exhale, stay. Left leg rises, inhale. Exhale it through to the top of the mat. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands to heart. Good, arms forward, inhale, round the back, pull the navel in. Exhale, open nice and wide. Inhale, lift the arms, straighten your leg, fold forward, exhale. Downward dog, inhale. Exhale and stay. Look to the top of the mat as you breathe in. Bend your knees and jump, step, or walk your feet up. Halfway lift, inhale. Forward fold, exhale. Good, chair pose, bend the knees, lift the arms. Exhale, stay. And inhale to stand. Exhale the hands to your heart center and pause for a moment. Just notice and feel. You're just observing. Really, that's it. The difficulty comes in that observing is not that easy, right? Especially objectively observing. Shift the weight into the right foot, lift and spread your toes, and bring your left foot up to tree. Or your left foot to the upper inner thigh or below the knee. Even the toe to the floor, heel to the ankle is fine. Left knee will move out to the side as your hands come to the heart center. Then lift the arms to the ceiling on your inhale. And part of that, reason that it's hard to simply observe is because there's also the part of you that is being watched, right? Patanjali calls the scene. Take an inhale and lengthen out of the waist. Exhale the hands to the heart center. Hands to the hips. Draw your left knee forward as you breathe in, and exhale, extend it back to the back of the room as you hinge your chest forward, balancing warrior three. Now you want to square your hips to the earth, so you might bring your hands to your hips to help you figure out what that feels like. And then use the glute with your on your left leg and kick through your heel. Point your toes towards the floor. Lift the shoulders so they come the height of your hips. Awesome. Take another inhale and reach through the crown of your head. As you exhale, step your foot to the back of the mat. Come to crescent lunge. So your left heel is off the floor, the arms to the sky. Take an inhale and reach up out of the waist. Now as you exhale, spin your left foot flat and turn open to the side, warrior two. And breathe in and breathe out. Your right foot faces forward, left foot out to the side, right knee bends nice and deep. Just take a minute to adjust. And then you can turn your gaze towards this side wall, just so your attention is centered. Bend the right knee nice and deep, and now move your left thigh and hip more square to the wall, so draw it back. Now take an inhale, exhale, reach forward, place your elbow to the knee and sweep the left arm overhead, extended side angle. Wrap the left arm around behind the back. Remember when we did seated at the beginning of practice, when we did that side bend and then the arm opened around behind? For a moment, you reach kind of the gaze back behind you almost. So turn the gaze towards the sky, and then maybe even a little further back, but not from the effort of the eyes, right? But the opening in the heart, the curve of the spine. Mm-hmm. Okay, bend the right knee just a little deeper, everybody. One more inhale here. Rotate your heart open on your exhale. Release the left arm overhead as you breathe in. Exhale, place both hands to the floor. Step your right foot back to plank. You can keep your right foot lifted if you like as you lower to chaturanga. Or you can place it on the floor. Either one. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And then to downward dog. And just observe. The postures are here to help the body release things energetically, stuff also that you have kept there psychologically. And so we want to give ourselves a moment to reflect and to notice and feel. Okay, inhale, look to the top of the mat. Exhale, everything out. Bend your knees, jump, step, or walk forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold. Inhale all the way to stand. And exhale, the hands to the heart. Good. Pause for a moment. Now, the thing about reflecting and feeling is that can very easily, I think, turn into analyzing, over-analyzing, criticizing even. But try to resist the urge to go there. Just see to see. Detached, right? Here comes the practice of non-attachment. Let's bring the hands to the hips. We'll shift the weight into the left foot now. Bring your right foot up into tree pose. So above or below your knee, right? Or toe to floor, heel to ankle, and then hands to heart center. It's easy, of course, to take things personally, again, because we are, there is a part of you that is being watched, right? Something that you are observing. Inhale the arms to the sky, right? And you're very close to what it is you're observing, right? Your own patterns, your own behaviors, your own words. Take another inhale, lengthen out of the waist and reach up as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart. And draw the right knee forward. Inhale and exhale, extend the right leg to the back of the room as you hinge the chest forward. Warrior three, arms can come by the sides or up and overhead. But remember, it's less about what happens with the arms and more about what's going on in the hips. So square your right hip toward the floor. Try and drop it down, or you could think of rotating your right inner thigh towards the sky. You can even think of turning your right toes toward the earth a little more. Lengthen the left side waist. Take another inhale. As you exhale, step the right foot to the back in that crescent lunge. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale and open to the side, warrior two. So other side, left foot forward, right foot faces out, left knee bends nice and deep. Inhale and exhale. And then you turn the gaze towards the yellow wall and move your right hip and right thigh back. The trick with that is that, as you move your thigh back, your left knee draws in. So then it becomes, this balance. If I do one thing one way, then something else, gets out of balance. Inhale into the heart, reach forward, elbow to knee, right arm overhead. But therein lies the whole practice. Right? Reach the arm overhead, now wrap it around behind the back, and think of a great opening in the front of the chest and the heart and the throat. There's also, a really big piece of this that I think is very powerful and important to remember is that while you are here doing something, you are not the one in charge of the whole of the doing. That you can, set an intention and you can do a posture, and then energetically that ray starts to happen, right? You have a thought and the ray follows. You don't always get to control what the ray then influences, right? Spin the heart open towards the sky. Take one more inhale, one more exhale. Great. Release. Reach the right arm overhead as you breathe in, then place both hands to the floor. Step your left foot back to plank. Again, you can keep it lifted if you like as you lower to chaturanga. Inhale then to upward dog or cobra pose. And exhale the hips to the ceiling, downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. But because there is a ray, right, the teachings say become pure. Become clear in your mind. Be nice. Not just to others, but of course to your own self. Take another inhale. Now look to the top of the mat. Jump or step your feet to the outsides of your hands. And then drop your hips towards the floor. We'll come into Malasana. Bring your hands to the heart center. Okay, now ideally all four corners of the feet are on the floor, but if you can't get there, you can either widen the stance till your feet touch the earth, or you could roll up some blankets or bolsters or blocks. Okay, you're going to soften the hips towards the floor, but reach in the opposite direction through the crown of the head. Then you can broaden the collarbones and roll the shoulders back and down. Good. You're also welcome to place your hands to the earth, squeeze the knees to the upper arms, and shift the weight into the hands. And then one foot and then the other comes off the floor. You'll find crow pose. Maybe in crow, the big toes touch. You might cross your ankles if you like, one and then the other. Squeeze in is the point, though, with your feet, right? Hug the big toes together, the heels together. Awesome. Take another breath in and then come back down into Malasana, everybody. Very nice. Hands to the floor. Inhale, lift your hips up. Exhale, step them back, downward facing dog pose. Breathe in and out. Lift the right leg to the sky again on your inhale. This time bend your knee and drop the foot behind your back. Reach through the right knee, but pull the right heel in. Now extend the right leg straight, and on your exhale, pull it through for pigeon. So right knee outside right wrist. You might scoot your left knee back a little bit. And then come onto the fingertips. Take an inhale, lift, open the heart. On your exhale, walk the hands forward, come onto the elbows. Breathe in and out. So because there is a lot that is not in your control, there's a large portion of all of this practice that has to do with surrender. With offering it up to the one who does have the control, so they say, the cosmic one. And that you get what you put into that, right? So it becomes, how can I give as much love as possible? Be in a flow of peace, and when I'm in a place that is illuminative and balanced in my mind, can I remember the beauty and grace of life itself, that life is a gift. When we're stuck in our small selves and in all the things of the small self and all the stuff that it means to be human, our ego, our attachments, our aversions, it's easy to forget. We think we have control over things, and in fact that might manifest in a desire to control everything. But the minute we start to loosen the reins and let go, it's like, oh, prana has its own plan. Take one more inhale and one more exhale. Inhale, come up onto the hands. Exhale, and ground down through the finger pads. Curl your left foot under. Push the floor away. Inhale, lift the right leg to the sky and just kind of shake it out. And breathe in and out. And eventually back into downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Bend your knee and drop the foot behind your back, but remember support. Okay, inhale, extend the left leg, and exhale, pull the knee through for pigeon. Left knee outside left wrist. You could, if you want, scoot your right knee back toward the back of the mat for a bit or a little bit, and then come onto the fingertips. Take an inhale, lift into the heart. Exhale, and come down onto the elbows. Breathe in and out. There are lots of ways to find this clear state of mind. Sometimes even something simple like practicing gratitude. whatever it is, there are many things, and there could be many things just within your own life that help you remember. And that's the key, right? To remember. What are we remembering? But that we are part of this greater pulse. That the one, whatever my relationship is with that, I get this opportunity to explore that. To see all things as a way to help me unfold to my most beautiful variation. Which is another thing that sounds, at least to me, really simple. All I have to do is just give love. But of course, that's much more difficult in a world where, we are in the field of opposites. The opposite exists. Or where we may judge or look at others and assume they're not giving love because it's not our version of it, or our interpretation of it, or our reality of it. Take another inhale and one more exhale, and then come up onto the fingertips. Ground down through the palms of the hands, then curl the back foot under, lift your left leg up and back. You come back into downward facing dog pose one more time. You breathe in and out. And then 5 good breaths here. So soften the knees, lengthen up through the sitting bones, reach down through the crown of the head. Pull the navel in. This cool part I think about our yoga practice is that when we start to allow the mind to come into buddhi, or that higher state of the mind, when we sharpen that, exhale, come onto the knees and then onto the sitting bones. What happens is we start to we remember a little bit easier when we take the feet forward. We can go, oh, I don't have to react like that, right? Or I don't have to do stuff just because I've always done it that way. In fact, I can stop and go, wait a minute, why do I do this? Do I like that I do this? Maybe I can change it, right? Bring your hands down. And this is a really important thing, I think, to remember as we enter into the holiday time, right? There's a lot of things that we do because we've always done it, or somebody said we should do it. Or, somebody in some lineage down the line said this is how you do it, right? I'm not saying that you need to now throw that out, right? But it's the opportunity to go, does that apply here and now? And where I am and where we all are this day, right? Flex through the feet, bend the knees. And that takes, at least for me, it takes a minute to go, I don't know, what else would I do, right? Lift the arms to the sky, reach up, and then fold forward. There's a little, what it's doing is interfacing with identity, right? There's so much that we identify with. This is what I do this time of year. This is what me and my family does. And it's a wonderful thing, except if it doesn't resonate. If you're there rolling your eyes, or you do it through gritted teeth, or you're like, I just wish we could change something. Now is then the opportunity to go, okay, well, what would I offer? Instead of just say, I want it to change, what would I offer in lieu of? Lift the heart, inhale, and exhale, roll the shoulders back and down. I think that's really helpful, because then you can go, whoa, what would that feel like? Let's try it. It's like your adjustments in your warrior one, right? Or your any pose, this pose. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. And then inhale, come up to seated, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale and lower the hands down. And then I'll have you guys turn around and lay on your back so your head's face towards me and your feet face the back of the room. That's, to me, what this practice does, is give us the ability to pause, to go, wait a minute, is what I'm doing really serving me? And if you get an emphatic, yeah, then go for it, right? You've got an affirmation. But if there's a moment of I'm not sure, then just ask for more, right? Bring your knees into your chest, just give yourself a sweet hug in. Once again, maybe rotate the knees from side to side, around in a circle, or from side to side. And then just hug the knees into the chest, and let's take dead bug pose. So
bring the soles of the feet to the sky, the knees out to the sides of the body. And capture the feet. And breathe in and out. Also much like an adjustment, it might just be one little thing that you'd like to tweak. One little piece that could use a bit of, flair, love, release, embrace. Just take one more breath in and one more breath out, and then release the knees. Extend the arms and drop the knees over to the right as you gaze to the left. It's like rearranging your house. Cleaning. Sometimes all a shelf needs is a little dusting. Right? You don't have to take all the things off and replace everything. Though sometimes maybe you do. Right? To me, this is also the practice of being aware or awake or willing enough to let it be one or the other. There's non-attachment again, right? Sometimes we get so attached to the way things are that it's like we couldn't even possibly imagine clearing the shelf all the way out, or that it just needs a dust. Bring your knees to center and drop them over to the other side. What happens as the mind is clear is we start to open our perspectives to see, how other people maybe view a situation or a reality. Take one more breath in and one more breath out. Actually, maybe we'll stay for a few more breaths because we stayed on the other side. Maybe heavy with your right shoulder as the knees draw to the side. Now we're at one more inhale, one more exhale. And then bring your knees back to center. Give yourself a sweet little hug in, and then extend the legs down onto the ground. We'll come into Shavasana. So just relax now. Let your whole body get heavy. Feel a wave of relaxation move through you. Just like exhale into the earth. This is a really beautiful place to practice non-attachment. Anything you may feel that you're kind of overly into, or trying to control or maneuver or make happen. See if here you can surrender. Release it from a need to be a certain way to accepting how it is. And if how it is not its most beautiful place, may you help me figure out how to get it there. Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Mavid Vishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly, please begin to bring awareness back to your physical body. Slowly allow your breath to deepen and gradually begin to move the fingers and toes. Rotate the wrists and ankles, and when you're ready, extend both arms up and overhead. Just reach all the way from fingers to toes. Bring the knees to the chest and give yourself a great big hug. Thank yourself for coming to your practice this morning, taking the time to be here, creating the time in your life. And then roll to the right or the left, and when you're ready, we'll come up to a comfortable seat. Take a moment just to seal our practice. So once you come back into Sukhasana, just take a moment to notice, again, how you feel. This becomes now the thing, right? I observe. Mostly, the subject of my observation is my own self. Watching how things affect me, what things I like to hang on to and really are valuable to hang on to, and which things I'm ready to release and let go of. And how can I, in my life, create more and more opportunity to love myself, to accept the things that have happened that maybe I wished were a different way, and move forward in love, every day. And can I choose that time and time again? Bring the hands back together at the center of the heart. Once again, just a little rub of the hands, a good way to come back into the body. And let the hands just rest at your heart center. Take a moment to remember the prayer at your heart, the intention in your mind's eye. You even sense a wave of gratitude wash through you. We'll seal our practice with a chant of Om, but first take a deep breath in. Exhale everything out. Inhale for Om. As you exhale, bow the chin to the chest. Honor the love and compassion that lies in your heart and the hearts of all beings. Teacher that guides our way. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So thank you all so much for being here this morning. It's an honor and pleasure to be your guide. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and gosh, enjoy the sun. We'll see you later. You're welcome.